Home, sanctuary, a place to just be.
The Open Art Surgery is a fully equipped art studio which is specifically designed to enable people to flourish both creatively and emotionally. The overall aim for RTProjects is to improve the mental health of people living in the North East. There are often similar reasons why people come to RTProjects and do art. And the four main ones we seem to notice are isolation, anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. And we try to impact upon them in a positive way through creative activities, through the arts.
It's about coming together. It creates humanity, I think, creation. Nobody, we just all muck in and we just all get together and we have a good time.
We know it works, we've used it here and it's worked, so we'd like to be able to pass that on. I think it's being recognised by the service users, which we refer to as pals. It's recognised by us because we see it happening.
The organisation attempts to create like a very homely kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, you're focusing more and more on what you're doing physically with your hands, with your drawing, and less on sort of your brain and the cogs in your brain, thinking over a problem or thinking about what you need to do next. I think it really grounds you and makes you just be acting in the present where you are at that moment.
The whole point of this place is that people feel comfortable and at home. And tea and coffee is really important to people's lives. It's an opportunity to chat. It's something to do with your hands when you first come in if you're feeling awkward. And people take ownership over the process of making the tea. I don't do art, is that a problem? Well, of course it isn't. It's a wonderful opportunity. It's a blank slate.
It really is somewhere that you do have to come and visit, and we would definitely welcome anybody. The kettle is always on, and you'd always be made extremely welcome. Home, sanctuary, a place to just be.
The Open Art Surgery is a fully equipped art studio which is specifically designed to enable people to flourish both creatively and emotionally. The overall aim for RTProjects is to improve the mental health of people living in the Northeast. There are often similar reasons why people come to RTProjects and do art, and the four main ones we seem to notice are isolation, anxiety, depression and low self-esteem. And we try to impact upon them in a positive way through creative activities, through the arts.
It's about coming together. It creates humanity, I think, creation. We just all muck in and we just all get together and we have a good time.
We know it works, we've used it here and it's worked, so we'd like to be able to pass that on. I think it's being recognised by the service users, which we refer to as PALs. It's recognised by us because we see it happening.
The organisation attempts to create like a very homely kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, you're focusing more and more on what you're doing physically with your hands, with your drawing, and less on sort of your brain and the cogs in your brain, thinking over a problem or thinking about what you need to do next. I think it really grounds you and makes you just be acting in the present where you are at that moment.
The whole point of this place is that people feel comfortable and at home. And tea and coffee is really important to people's lives. It's an opportunity to chat. It's something to do with your hands when you first come in if you're feeling awkward. And people take ownership over the process of making the tea. I don't do art, is that a problem? Well, of course it isn't. It's a wonderful opportunity. It's a blank slate.
It really is somewhere that you do have to come and visit, and we would definitely welcome anybody. The kettle is always on and you'd always be made extremely welcome. Home, sanctuary, a place to just be.
The Open Art Surgery is a fully equipped art studio which is specifically designed to enable people to flourish both creatively and emotionally. The overall aim for RTProjects is to improve the mental health of people living in the Northeast. There are often similar reasons why people come to RTProjects and do art, and the four main ones we seem to notice are isolation, anxiety, depression and low self-esteem. And we try to impact upon them in a positive way through creative activities, through the arts.
It's about coming together. It creates humanity, I think, creation. We just all muck in, we just all get together and we have a good time.
We know it works, we've used it here and it's worked, so we'd like to be able to pass that on. I think it's being recognised by the service users, which we refer to as PALs. It's recognised by us because we see it happening.
The organisation attempts to create like a very homely kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, you're focusing more and more on what you're doing physically with your hands, with your drawing, and less on sort of your brain and the cogs in your brain, thinking over a problem or thinking about what you need to do next. I think it really grounds you and makes you just be acting in the present where you are at that moment.
The whole point of this place is that people feel comfortable and at home. And tea and coffee is really important in people's lives. It's an opportunity to chat. It's something to do with your hands when you first come in if you're feeling awkward. And people take ownership over the process of making the tea. I don't do art, is that a problem? Well, of course it isn't. It's a wonderful opportunity. It's a blank slate.
It really is somewhere that you do have to come and visit, and we would definitely welcome anybody. The kettle is always on and you'd always be made extremely welcome. home, sanctuary, a place to just be.
The Open Art Surgery is a fully equipped art studio which is specifically designed to enable people to flourish both creatively and emotionally. The overall aim for RTProjects is to improve the mental health of people living in the Northeast. There are often similar reasons why people come to RTProjects and do art. And the four main ones we seem to notice are isolation, anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. And we try to impact upon them in a positive way through creative activities, through the arts.
It's about coming together. It creates humanity, I think, creation. Nobody, we just all muck in, we just all get together and we have a good time.
We know it works. We've used it here and it's worked. So we'd like to be able to pass that on.
Sorry. Great start.
This is all part of the show, isn't it?
No, all part of it. There it is. Hello! That was a false start. We'll just forget that never happens. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Are we all well? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Are you all well? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Good evening, everybody. The warmest of welcomes to you all. And hello to our live stream audience as well, on the cameras. I don't know where that is. There's a few of you watching online as well. You know, how cool is that? People watching who are not here. My name's Joe Ramsey. I'm going to be your compere for this evening. And it's such an honour to do this again for the wonderful organisation that is RTProjects. So yeah, we've got a great night ahead. You're going to be hearing a lot from me. I hope that's okay. This is the fifth Never Give Up concert for RTProjects. So without further ado, I think we should get started, don't you? What was that? So without further ado, I'm going to introduce because you've got a compare and you've got a host. So I think you all know who the host is going to be. Please welcome to the stage, Beano!
Can you hear me? Can you hear me at the back? Can you hear me in the middle? Can you hear me at the front? No. I love it. Okay, thank you and welcome. My name's Beano. If you've met me before, you'll know that. If you've never met me before, then I'm sorry. You'll get used to it. I've got a little statistic here, and I don't know if it's accurate, and I don't care. 800,813,228, 633 people in the world at this moment. Oh, just gone down. Okay. And that means, minus a new lot, that there are 800,130,828 and 240 people who are not here tonight. How sad is that? How lucky are you? Okay, has anybody been to a Never Give Up concert before? And you came back? Okay, that's weird. Okay, it's great to see so many faces, especially young faces in the audience. I don't know if that's just because of the music, but I was going to tell all the young people what it was like when I was young, but to be honest, I can't remember. I was born at a very young age, you see. And when I was young, I was really poor, but I worked hard all my life. And now, I'm not young anymore. Actually, when I was younger, I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, but I kept falling over. Okay, is there anyone? It is one of them, isn't it? If you laughed, you should be embarrassed. Okay, has anyone come along to support the musicians tonight? Yes, you're in for a treat. Has anyone come along to support the work of RTProjects? Whee! Is anyone here because the ticket was a tenner and a bevy at half-time works out cheaper than putting the heating on at home? Nobody said yes, did you? Yeah, there'll be one or two here. Okay, the event is to raise awareness of suicide, and maybe to learn a bit more about the topic, and perhaps most of all to encourage you all to gain some confidence in talking about it. There's some horrible stats going up behind me. I'm glad I don't get to see them. But I know it says that one person every 40 seconds worldwide dies from taking their own life. And that means, I've worked it out, that from leaving your home to getting here and getting home again, when you get back in bed and think, I'm not going there again, over 400 people will have taken their life. That's big stuff. It's bigger than so many diseases that we think are sort of more common. But if you find anybody wearing a little orange badge, they'll be connected with RTProjects. If you want to talk to them about anything or to find out more about RT, give them a grab, give them get hold of them around the neck. Okay, I'm going to ask 3 things. If you've done this before, if you've been before, we're going to ask you to applause, and we're going to ask you to be silent sometimes. And then we're going to try and get some laughter out here. And it's all a bit hard doing it cold from first, so why don't we practice? Let's try the applause. I usually do that again because you didn't do it right, but that was amazing. Thank you. Shall we try the silence? There's always one, isn't there? Did I set that up? And how about the laughter? This is the hard one. Go on, let's have a bit of laughter. No jokes, just laughter. Joe's good at this. Joe, bit of laughter. Oh, I'm not going to get that much for the jokes, am I? Okay, so tonight, well, I hope it's going to be memorable for you. I hope you're going to take something away from it. And maybe how important it is to keep contact with each other and look after each other. You see, I've looked into my own eyes and seen nothing. No thought, no feeling, no light, no life. And I could have kissed each and every one of you tonight and said goodbye. Yet, here I stand before you, open-eyed and open-minded and open-wounded and open-hearted. And my heart beats with yours. And I can feel your energy, and I hope you can feel mine. We're all connected. We share the same pain. We share the same fear. We share the same love. And I ask nothing from you tonight but your love. And I could love you all tonight because together we can change the world. All we need is love. Thank you.
Round of applause for Beano. Thank you, Beano. Okay, so who is ready for the first act of the evening? Oh, I'm so excited for this one. You're going to love these. They're described as a modernised barbershop chorus, full of male and female singers, and performing as a quartet of male and female singers. They were founded in 2017, an a cappella choir. You're going to absolutely love them. Please welcome back Full Score!
Now we still love
Hey. Round of applause once again for Full Score. Perfect harmony. It's really hard, and they make it seem so easy. I don't know if anyone's ever seen Pitch Perfect, but that's a similar kind of thing. Loads of a cappella, and I love it. I really appreciate it. Are you ready for the next act? Yes. Okay, something a little bit different. Well, in terms of what's just been on. The next act I'm going to introduce, he rediscovered his passion for singing by visiting Little RTProjects a little while ago, which is really, really nice. And this is the first time he's going to perform in a little while, so please give him all the love in the world. Please let me welcome to the stage, Christopher Campbell! In a minute.
Yes, I'm not doing stand-up, I am singing. Anyone know where the on button is? Oh, there you go. Now, let's just go. We've got some sound for the piano.
Christopher Campbell! Woohoo! How about that? So Chris, I'm really sorry to keep you on stage, but Christopher. Yeah, I just want to ask you a couple of questions, because this isn't an interview, don't worry. But like, because I know I just mentioned on stage that like you rediscovered your passion for singing again through coming RTProjects, is that right?
It led to me applying for drama school, and at the moment I'm in the middle of auditions for a few different places. So
Cool, how's that gone? Gone well?
It's going well at the moment, yes. There's a few
Round
more
of applause!
left. But yes,
Brilliant.
yeah. Thank you very much.
Is that for next year then, for this year?
They hope for this September, and if the, yeah, hopefully, yes. Yeah,
Well, we wish him all the best. Wish him all the best. Christopher Campbell once again.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, I see we've got some more people on the front rows. I couldn't see anyone. How are we doing at the back? That's good. In the middle? Oh, bit of a delay there. In the middle? In the front, we've got some in the front now. Oh, loving that energy. Loving that energy. Okay, I think it's time for Beano to tell us a few more words about why we're here. Because I could go on for ages about it, but that's not my job. It's Beano's job because he's amazing at it. So I'm going to introduce Beano back onto the stage. Woo.
I'll put my mic on now. Why don't you talk? I can hear you quite clearly. I'm terrified of saying something I shouldn't backstage when I've got it on. So just to tell you a little bit of how RTProjects works and what do we actually do, and some of you will know, and some of you have probably just heard about it and wonder what the hell they do. I suppose a journey of what it would be like if you turn up, and generally when people do turn up, they're scared or at least nervous. It's a new place, new faces, and not really knowing what to expect. They're already in mental health services often, and that usually consists of somebody with a reasonably clean suit, maybe a lanyard, sitting at a desk with a pen and a clipboard. And it's not really, I don't think, conducive to making you feel comfortable and safe. So our main focus when somebody first comes in is to make them feel safe. And what they won't see out here is a lanyard. Nobody will have a lanyard. And there's no rules on the walls telling you how to behave. We just don't need them. There's not even one on the boiler telling you it's hot. How risky is that? Living on the edge. They won't be asked to sit on the other side of a desk. And we certainly won't ask them to fill in any paperwork on the first day. What they'll see is a really comfy settee with a beautiful handmade quilt that somebody's made for us. I believe there's two essential ingredients needed for recovery. And the first one is hope, because without that, we're lost. And the next one is trust. You have to trust the person that you're talking to, the person who says they're going to support you, they're going to help you. And yet, most mental health services are time limited. They're usually 6 weeks, maybe longer, depending on what you get. And I don't think recovery can begin until somebody knows that somebody cares for them. And that's so important. And we need to accept the people who come in completely, to listen to them without judgment, perhaps most of all, to listen to them and to believe them. Whatever they're telling you is their truth, even when they tell us that they want to die. We won't turn away and we won't pass them on. You know, oh, sorry, you what? I think we hear stories from people, and I think they've experienced the exact opposite from professionals at the very moment when maybe for the first time someone has reached out, maybe in desperation, they are moved on, referred somewhere else, turned away really. I mean, which professional wants to be the last person to interact with somebody before they take their own life? I understand it, but it doesn't really help, I don't think. So we do art. Why art? Well, it's an art studio we work from. It's a place where creativity rules, and it's an amazing place to work and be surrounded and manifest so many individuals' creativity. I see it every day. People's minds are absolutely amazing once you take the brakes off. And art is a wonderful companion along the road of recovery. There's one of our, we don't refer to people who come in as service users or clients, they're pals. We're all pals. The staff, we're all on the same level. And most of the staff have seen dark days too, which is really helpful. It can be a place where you can put emotions that don't fit anywhere else. It can be a place where you can express your thoughts or speak your fears and sing your pain away. It can be with you always. And one of our pals in the past said, "Thank you for the place in my head that nobody else can touch. It's art." Most of all, I think RTProjects is a community. It's a place where we all help each other. And I get a lot of support. I get a lot of help as well. And it's so important as being, I suppose, having a dark, unshared secret can be painful and dangerous. And we need to help each other. But despite all that darkness, those of you who've been in will know it's a joyous place. It's full of laughter, and where human emotion can exist, joy, laughter. If anybody would like to visit or find out more, then just get in touch. The kettle is always on. Tell us before you come in, though. And one of the things we do at RTProjects, I've found generally people fall into one or the other box, not that neatly, but some people are looking for peace and respite and some sort of release from this thing that keeps, it's their own mind. And Emma, who's down here, is big on yoga and meditation. And it works really well for some people. It doesn't particularly work for me. So I tend to go for more distraction, like we'll play table tennis or we'll think about something else. But am I all right to do a little sort of one of your yoga? I'm not as good as Emma, but just to see how it feels if you could all take part in a little exercise. The first thing is to inhale slowly, completely. And then we raise our arms up. About the same distance apart, put them right in front of you. And then tickle the ears of the person in front of you. You didn't get to do that. And then back up again. And then straight out sideways. This is fantastic. Okay, I'm going to leave you now. I'm going to get you back on. Thank you.
Oh, he's funny, isn't he? He's so funny. Everyone get a nice little tickle there. Ready for the next act? Okay, so I'm going to be introducing not one but two people onto the stage next. The first person is someone who is a dear friend of RTP, who's also been an artist in residence at RTProjects for the past few years. He's a lovely human being, a wonderful singer-songwriter from Durham. And also he's going to be sharing the stage with another artist in his own right who's playing an amazing instrument, which I think is called the oud. Is that right? Oud? Anyone know what that is? It's a beautiful sounding instrument. I heard it in soundcheck and it sounded so good. So please introduce to the stage next, Mr. Sam Slatcher and Bashar.
Thank you. Good evening. I can just see a row of Never Give Up t-shirts. That's fantastic. That's a great sight. This is Bashar Al-Hana, who plays the I can't quite say it. It's the oud. Is that right? The lute. Yeah, but okay. Lute is what we westernize it. But what do you say? Oud. Let's try that. Oud. Oud. Yeah, it's a satisfying sound. It's a beautiful instrument. I think it predates the lute. Is that right? So we kind of stole the idea of a beautiful instrument like this and called it the lute, but originally it comes from Syria, is that right? Middle East, Levant, sort of Iraq, Syria, that part of the world. Amazing instrument. And I met Bashar through some of the work I've been doing around Stories of Sanctuary, which is stories of people seeking sanctuary in one way or another in the Northeast. And that includes people who are seeking sanctuary from war and conflict, but also people who seek sanctuary in other ways, people who seek sanctuary and come to RTProjects perhaps for their own sense of sanctuary. And the song that we've chosen tonight is called Shadow and I. and it was written in one of the workshops about 5 years ago, and it tells the story, 2 stories actually. One story of a boy called Kareem who was 16 when he fled his home in Damascus in 2016, and he journeyed all the way across Europe, settling in the UK. He had family links to the UK. He spoke English. It was his best chance of finding somewhere to make a life that wasn't one of war and so on. So that's his story, but it's also the story of somebody who was a student here at Durham University, and she, at the time, had been, in her words, battling with her own shadows. So this is a story about shadows seen out in the wilderness in Europe, fleeing war, but also the shadows that we all face in our life. And tonight we have a unique version with the oud and the guitar and vocals. So this is Shadow and I.
Talking to you, my friend. I follow, but don't know where the journey ends. You kiss the face of sleeping souls that lie beside this long winding road. Oh, shadow, it's only you and I around. Refuge of mine, oh shadow. It's only you and
you very much.
Well done, guys. How good was that? Woo! Lovely, lovely. How lovely, beautiful does that instrument sound? The oud. Is that right? Am I pronouncing it right? Oud. Okay, so I think we're going to move straight on, because why not? Who's ready for some more a cappella? Who's ready for some more a cappella? Brilliant. You've got to love these. They're another favourite of RTP. Founded in 2018, I think, and they've played some amazing venues around Durham, the local area, and they played Edinburgh Fringe Festival as well in 2022. Please give it up for the amazing Footnotes!
Who can live without it? I ask in all honesty.
Beautiful, beautiful. God, this is absolutely flying by. All having a good time? This is great fun, isn't it? Saturday night, watching loads of music, seeing me on stage. I'm joking. Okay, who's ready for the next act? Okay, so, obviously we all know why we're here for RT Projects, and it'd be good to know, as this happens every year, where Never Give Up originally came from. And I think these two people are going to describe it and also perform it in that way for you. So please welcome to the stage, Beano and the amazing Stephen Pledger.
Evening. Oh, what, sorry? I am going to twiddle.
You put my mic on, I remembered. So Joe said, you know, where did our Never Give Up come from? And it was actually a poem that I wrote about my brush with suicide in the hope that other people would feel less alone, because one of the worst things about being in that state is that you think you're the only one. You really do think this black hole that you're falling into is just you and nobody else. And I got to thinking that the people who we lose live in other streets, other cities, Liverpool, maybe Manchester, or even across the road from RT Projects. And I thought we can help people once we find them, but then I thought of all these other people, and I thought if we can make this poem available somehow, and then 1,000 people will read it, and maybe just one of them would get hope from it. And it was a good poem, but then I think it was forced upon us, when we were forced together. His mic's not on. He said that he wouldn't have done it out of choice. So, and then from a poem, this amazing musician turned it into a song, which we're going to perform for you before the interval. It's on YouTube, and I'd like to encourage everybody to send it to all of their friends. Don't be embarrassed, just send it. One of them, of all the people in this room and all the people you've sent it to, one person will get hope from it. You can't always tell who's struggling. Up to now, it's seen over 2,000 views. It's complete. Do you realise how much we would have, if we hadn't, you really made a few bob, £1 a piece, we'd have a grand each.
We slipped up there.
I think it's faux pas, wasn't it? So yeah, please send it. And that's the song. But there's also Never Give Up Rocks, where we leave rocks with a little Never Give Up on the back and to a Facebook page. And I suppose I'll have to tell the story now that a lady who was struggling and suicidal went out and she had a child, and the child picked a rock up. And she said, "Oh, put it down, you don't know what it is." And he didn't. Well, you wouldn't, would you, you kid? And he got it home, and she found it, and it had RT Projects on the back. And she came to see us, and we worked with her for quite some time, and she's now a mental health support nurse. That's an incredible story from one little rock. We put hundreds out, and I don't know where they end up. But that's the rocks. The next bit is T-shirts, and it's wonderful to see so many in the auditorium, well, in the front row anyway. And the point is, one of the threads that runs through the people that we work with is guilt. It's a horrible thing. It's just, I wouldn't wish it on anybody in this room. And tonight at the interval, if you don't buy a T-shirt, then tomorrow morning I'm going to be worried sick about the lot of you. Somebody's worked it out. It raises funds. It keeps us doing what we're doing. So you won't look as good as this, but you can try. Okay, and little badges. If you buy one and wear one, you're obliged to open up a conversation about suicide. Be careful. Do you remember when we first got together and made this thing up?
Yeah, I do.
Was it as painful as I remember?
Oh, at least. No, I mean, it doesn't seem 10 minutes since we sang it last. Well,
yeah, well, we did it earlier on.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But no, I know, sorry. Thank you for your humorousness. No, it's, the last sort of 5 years or so, whatever, it's just been an absolute, I don't know, it's just every year we get to do it once or twice at events like this, and it always means so much. And out of everything I do, it's have the opportunity to do, it's still one of those things that really means a hell of a lot to me. And I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to collaborate with you.
Oh, that's really nice. Shall we do it?
No, I'm done. Yeah. Let's.
What if we stumble? What if we fall? If the world we exist in makes no sense at all? And what if the weight becomes too much to bear and we can't really function, we're so full of fear? And what if in darkness we can't see the light? We start to consider to give up the fight.
Never give up. Don't you ever, ever let go. In the darkest night, you must find the light. For this time is not right for you to go.
And what if we reach out and touch someone's hand and maybe discover that they understand? And what if that someone could just show us how to see failing as learning and how to be in the now? And what if in darkness we could see the light and we begin to consider we can win this fight? We can win this fight. We can win this fight.
Never give up. Please don't ever, ever let go. Through pain and despair, I will be with you there. Know that love is your right.
And what if we dream, if we dare to have hope, that there might be an answer to believe we could cope? To let go of the past and live for today and trust in the future to show us the way. And what if we learn to love one another, to think of each other as sister and brother?
Please don't give in. Don't you ever, ever let go. Though broken, blind, and with hope hard to find, we must keep believing. Don't you ever give up.
And what if love is the answer? I like that.
Thank you. Give it up for Beano and Steve Fletcher. Well done, guys. And that's it. Thanks very much for coming. See you later. Now, it's the first half done. The first half is done. And already, that's flown by. So we're going to have a little break. And there's one word I want you all to take with you as you go into the bar, and that word is spend. Spend, spend, spend. You see these lovely T-shirts here. We've got T-shirts, we've got tote bags, which have been newly designed, got badges, got all sorts, if you can, of course. We're not forcing you to do it. We can't force you to do anything. But please, if you could support RT Projects, that would be amazing. And yeah, we'll see you in what, 15 minutes? 20 minutes? 3 minutes past 8? We'll see you at 20 past. Thanks very much. See you soon.
Home, sanctuary, a place to just be.
The Open Art Surgery is a fully equipped art studio which is specifically designed to enable people to flourish both creatively and emotionally. The overall aim for RTProjects is to improve the mental health of people living in the North East. There are often similar reasons why people come to RTProjects and do art. And the four main ones we seem to notice are isolation, anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. And we try to impact upon them in a positive way through creative activities, through the arts.
It's about coming together. It creates humanity, I think, creation. Nobody, we just all muck in, and we just all get together and we have a good time.
We know it works. We've used it here and it's worked. So we'd like to be able to pass that on. I think it's being recognised by the service users, which we refer to as PALs. It's recognised by us because we see it happening.
The organisation attempts to create like a very homely kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, you're focusing more and more on what you're doing physically with your hands, with your drawing, and less on sort of your brain and the cogs in your brain, thinking over a problem or thinking about what you need to do next. I think it really grounds you and makes you just be acting in the present where you are at that moment.
The whole point of this place is that people feel comfortable and at home. And tea and coffee is really important to people's lives. It's an opportunity to chat. It's something to do with your hands when you first come in if you feel it awkward. And people take ownership over the process of making the tea. I don't do art, is that a problem? Well, of course it isn't. It's a wonderful opportunity. It's a blank slate.
It really is somewhere that you do have to come and visit, and we would definitely welcome anybody. The kettle is always on, and you'd always be made extremely welcome. Home, sanctuary, a place to just be. Home, sanctuary, a place to just be.
The Open Art Surgery is a fully equipped art studio which is specifically designed to enable people to flourish both creatively and emotionally. The overall aim for RTProjects is to improve the mental health of people living in the Northeast. There are often similar reasons why people come to RTProjects and do art. And the four main ones we seem to notice are isolation, anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. And we try to impact upon them in a positive way through creative activities, through the arts.
It's about coming together. It creates humanity, I think, creation. Nobody, we just all muck in, we just all get together and we have a good time.
We know it works, we've used it here and it's worked, so we'd like to be able to pass that on. I think it's being recognised by the service users, which we refer to as PALs. It's recognised by us because we see it happening.
The organisation attempts to create like a very homely kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, you're focusing more and more on what you're doing physically with your hands, with your drawing, and less on sort of your brain and the cogs in your brain, thinking over a problem or thinking about what you need to do next. I think it really grounds you and makes you just be acting in the present where you are at that moment.
The whole point of this place is that people feel comfortable at home, and tea and coffee is really important to people's lives. It's an opportunity to chat. It's something to do with your hands when you first come in if you're feeling awkward, and people take ownership over the process of making the tea. I don't do art, is that a problem? Well, of course it isn't. It's a wonderful opportunity to blank slate.
It really is somewhere that you do have to come and visit, and we would definitely welcome anybody. The kettle is always on, and you'd always be made extremely welcome. home, sanctuary, a place to just be.
The Open Art Surgery is a fully equipped art studio which is specifically designed to enable people to flourish both creatively and emotionally. The overall aim for RTProjects is to improve the mental health of people living in the Northeast. There are often similar reasons why people come to RTProjects and do art. And the four main ones we seem to notice are isolation, anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. And we try to impact upon them in a positive way through creative activities, through the arts.
It's about coming together. It creates humanity, I think, creation. Nobody, we just all muck in, we just all get together and we have a good time.
We know it works, we've used it here and it's worked, so we'd like to be able to pass that on. I think it's being recognised by the service users, which we refer to as PALs. It's recognised by us because we see it happening.
The organisation attempts to create like a very homely kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, you're focusing more and more on what you're doing physically with your hands, with your drawing, and less on sort of your brain and the cogs in your brain, thinking over a problem or thinking about what you need to do next. I think it really grounds you and makes you just be acting in the present where you are at that moment.
The whole point of this place is that people feel comfortable and at home. And tea and coffee is really important to people's lives. It's an opportunity to chat. It's something to do with your hands when you first come in if you're feeling awkward. And people take ownership over the process of making the tea. I don't do art, is that a problem? Well, of course it isn't. It's a wonderful opportunity. It's a blank slate.
It really is somewhere that you do have to come and visit, and we would definitely welcome anybody. The kettle is always on, and you'd always be made extremely welcome.
Hey! Hello! How we doing? We good? How we doing? We good? You know what? I feel fantastic. Oh, it's very purple, isn't it? I couldn't tell backstage what the colours were like. So, we're going to get things started. I'm missing someone, though. I feel like I've got to do this with someone else. I can't be looking stupid on my own, can I? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Woo! That's good, isn't it? Come on, a round of applause for that, please. You make me fly, you really do. Okay, so we're going to get kicked off with a little auction to get started with, and I'm going to introduce to the stage a very important person to RT Projects, actually the chairman of RT Projects if he is around, Mr. Simon Woolley, to the stage. There you go.
Stop.
Good evening.
Stop looking.
I can't help myself.
It wouldn't fit him, the jammy.
I think you look great, to be honest.
It didn't fit me, really.
I'm impressed you've got in that, to be fair.
We all love RT Projects, don't we? Yeah. Have you got deep pockets? We've got 5 lots tonight to auction, and obviously I need your help because otherwise I'll really look stupid, more stupid than some other people. Oh, it's working. Hello. Right, it would be nice if I could see the audience, do you think?
You don't need to, trust me.
There are 5 lots tonight. Oh, there you all are. Hello. There are 5 lots tonight, so just 5 lots. So you can put your hands deep in your pockets for just 5 lots. They include a paddleboard experience. You're doing the right things. Well done. 3 nights in an Airbnb. A family ticket to Beamish. I work at Beamish, so that needs a big clap. Come on.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that. Yeah, excellent. And you can write your own song. Have you got a song in your head? You can write it with Sam, and he'll help you write it and put music to it, and it'll be wonderful. So, have you all got a song in your head? Say yes. Yes. And then we've got the print, Beano's print as well, which is amazing. So those 5 lots, those are what we're going to auction now. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't think they're ready. So we'll start with the first one, which is, I've forgotten, a paddleboard experience. This, you can negotiate your time and date with the teacher. It's suitable for beginners. It can be on a local waterway. There are several to choose from. And it includes the use of the paddleboard. You don't have to go and buy one. And the life jacket, because obviously that would be important. So it is a paddleboard experience. Give us a wave if you're interested. Oh, come on. Right, paddleboard experience. So who's going to start us off? I'm just wondering about, these people need support, don't they? They need money to carry on doing the fantastic work that they're doing. So should we ask? Well, all right, we've got a bid at I was going like, should we start at 50? And he starts at 10. All right, well, 10. We've got 10 at the front.
Come on.
20? Shout at me because I've got cloth ears. 20 at £20. Do I see an advance on £20? 30, sir. £30. Say yes. Yes. So we have did you put your hand up, sir? £30. At £30. Are you going to go to 40 or 35? Do I hear 35? 35 pounds anywhere in the room? 35. All right, against you now, sir. Can we go to 40? Are you ready? 40 pounds? Go on. It's for RTProjects. Help them. Thank you, madam.
Oh, yes.
It's against you, madam, at 40 pounds. Do I hear 45? Come on, 45. It's at 40 pounds. Do I hear 45? Go for it, go for it. All right, at 40 pounds, I'm going to sell at 40 pounds. Any advance, any further advance? I'm going to sell to madam, where I give us a wave. There she is, at 40 pounds, going, gone.
Woo!
Pardon? The lady in the middle there, she was waving there. Can you see? Emma's coming to give you the prize. That's lovely. Thank you. So lot 2 is 3 nights in an Airbnb. You can negotiate the date, and it's redeemable until December 2024. It's a cosy house. It's not far from Beamish, Newcastle and Durham City. It sleeps 5. And it's hosted by the lovely Melanie. Are you here, Melanie? No, she's not here. She is lovely, though, isn't she? Yes. It's perfect if you go for the next prize, which is the Beamish tickets. But 3 nights in an Airbnb. I think that's worth quite a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah. Airbnb's shot up in prices as well recently.
So can I hear... Ooh, £120, not £1.20. No, at 120. Thank you, madam. Do I hear any advance on £120? 125? Anywhere in the room? Anywhere online? Anywhere in the world? 125, sir. Well, thank you, sir. Madam, it's against you. 140. She doesn't believe in £5 increases. Straight into the 140. 140, 150.
Oh, yes.
I didn't quite catch you. 160 at £160. 170. 170 at 170. Do I hear any advance on 170? Are you waving?
Yes.
180
3 nights.
pounds.
Come on.
Be
3
careful.
nights.
If you wipe your head or put your glasses on or move around uncomfortably, I'm going to say you bidded. So be careful. We're at 180 pounds. 180. Do I hear an advance? Can we get to 200, do you think? Thank you, madam. £200. At £200. Do I see any advance on £200? 3 nights in the bed and breakfast with the lovely and the wondrous Melanie. Have I said that right? Yeah, good. At £200, going once.
Yes.
220 at £220. Well, they had a little conversation. Should we go? Should we go? Yeah. Go on. 230. Whoa. Thank you, sir. At £230, madam. £250 at £250. Going once, going twice. At
right
£260, madam. It's against you at £260. Do I hear any advance on £260? Going once, going twice.
To the last second, I love it.
At £270, I wonder if we can get to 300. No, at £270, it's against you in the corner. Are you tempted? At £270, going once, going twice, gone to the lady. Woo! Thank you so much. Be honest, you know the garb that we've got here, the lovely garb, is it making you put your hand in your pocket deeper, or is it putting you off? No, don't do that. Right, so the lovely people at Beamish have given me a family ticket. That's for 2 adults and 3 children, annual pass to Beamish, which means you can come in anytime you like for a whole year. So if you know a family that would benefit from that, this is perhaps, or if you are that family, then maybe this is for you. So where shall I start at the beginning? We start at £30. I hear £30. Give us a wave if you shouted £30. Thank you, sir. At £30, do I hear any advance on £30? Come on, please. That's where I work and everything. At £30, £50. Thank you, sir. Do I hear any advance on £50? An annual. So, madam, you've just gone for the bed and breakfast. Are you not tempted to visit Beamish as well at the same time? Well, I can hear, what? 60. 60, madam, thank you. At £60, do I hear an advance on £60? At £60, do I hear 65 anywhere in the room? Thank you, madam, 65. Is it? I can't see. Yes. That person there at the back. At £65. Thank you. 65. At 70. £70. It's against you. Sir or person. I can't tell whether you're male or female. Does it matter? No. We can't tell. Where's she gone? Oh, there she is. Oh, there she is. At £70 at the front here, do I hear any advance on £70? Going once, going twice, sold to the lady here at the front. Thank you so much. Thank you. Two lots left, so come on. So we've got lot 4, Write Your Own Song with Sam Slapcher. Is that how you say his name? He was fantastic. Well, hasn't the talent been incredible so far this evening? Yeah. It's sort of humbling, isn't it? Ever wanted to write your own song? Maybe about somebody or something you love? Make your dream come true with Sam, an experienced singer, songwriter, and facilitator. So, that sounds like an amazing opportunity for somebody who's already written something. Oh, I just need a bit of help. So where can we start? I think it's a great offer. So should we start around £40? Who would like to bid around £40? 20 then. Come on. Thank you, sir. At £20. Do I see any advance on £20? I don't think you need to be too... I think people are frightened that have to be talented for this.
No.
Yes. He works with all sorts of people and always gets fantastic results, always get a song out of it. We're at £20. Do I hear 30 anywhere in the room? At £30. Thank you. £30. Sir, 40. Madam, 50. 60. Yes. At £60. At £60, going to the gentleman here, at £60. You could go 65, couldn't you? 65, at 65. 70. 75, madam? Yes, why not? 80. At £80. 85, madam? 90, madam? £100. At £100, she's determined to sing with Sam. Sing with Sam, that sounds good. Sing with Sam, sir. Are you coming back in? 100. I think we're at 100. 110. 115. She's cutting her throat off. 110. I'm going to sell at £110. Sir, that's very generous. Going once, £110. Going twice. Gone to the gentleman there who's determined. Thank you very much. Oh, Sam, thank you. He's sitting just, where are you, Sam? Give us a wave. There he is. That's an amazing opportunity. Between the two of you, you're going to have a fantastic time, aren't you? And next year, you'll be on the stage. No, I'm just joking.
Hey, could be.
And then the final lot now, we've got a hand-cut and hand-printed by Beano. It includes a poem. You said you would read it. Well, it says here you're going to read it. Are you going to read it?
Oh, have I got a mic? Is this working? There's a little swallow up in the corner. Yeah. Okay, the swallow brings the joy of spring and the hope of summer. Cast amongst the sea of turmoil, the tiny being continues its epic journey through darkness and danger. Its guiding light is hope, a hope reflected in us all, a hope that we can reach our destination, a hope that we can find the strength, and a hope that we can find a way through the darkness into the light. For those who still strive, hope.
Every year we have a party at RT Projects, and I have to always say something. And whenever I say that we should give thanks to Emma and Beano for all the work they do, that's when we get the biggest applause, the biggest engagement of the evening is always at that moment. Folk are incredibly grateful for all the work that they put in to support everybody. So this is the last lot. This is your last opportunity. Dig deep. Can I ask, £40 to start? 50? 60. Thank you. 70. 80. At £80. At 80. At £100. Going at £100. 110. At 110. Going. Pardon? 120 at £120, going at £120. 130, sir. 150 at £150 for the print. Yes, it deserves it at £150, but there might be more. So, can I ask 155 perhaps anywhere in the room at 100? Thank you. £155, sir. 160, madam. 170. Sir, at 170, it's against you. At £200. I'm going to sell at £200. Going once, going twice, sold to the gentleman at £200. Oh, did I? Sorry, I didn't hear anybody. Thank you so much for your generosity tonight. You've been amazing. These folk here, sometimes they are anxious, month by month, year by year, making sure they've got enough funds to run the shop. And every year, we sweat a bit, don't we, Emma? But we get there in the end, don't we? So thank you for all your generosity and all your help tonight. Thank you so much.
Another round of applause for Mr. Simon Woolley. That was great, wasn't it? Thank you, Simon. We look good, don't we? You're good, aren't you? Round of applause. He looks great, doesn't he? Look, bye, Beano. See you, bye. Can I press the power button? Yes, I can do that. Have I done it? Yes. Okay, you can see there's a lot of stands coming on the stage. So, are we ready for the next act of the evening? I said, we're ready for the next act of the evening! Woo, thanks, Emma. Okay, so, we're going to introduce to you now Durham University's finest in terms of a big band. A lot of brass. Do you like brass? Some trumpets, some horns, some, what else is involved in brass? Trumpets? Horns? Loads of trumpets, loads of horns, loads of brass. It gives me great pleasure to introduce tonight Durham University's brass band. Well done, man. Tony Rossi Brass Band! Hey! That was great, wasn't it? Dum, 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 dum. That bass line, I love that bass line and Smoke on the Water. Dum, dum, dum. So low, that trombone, wasn't it? Was it trombone? I think it was. Dum, 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 dum. Really, really good. I just want to say a special thanks as well to our live stream audience. I know you can't actually, round of applause, but hello, and is Richard here? Is Richard in the room? Come on, Richard, are you here? Is Richard there? So please give Richard a round of applause. He set all this up on the live stream for nothing. And there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes as well to set it all up, so I'm looking forward to watching it back later on. I'm sure it looks amazing. So thank you so much for the support there. And yeah, I'm going to introduce back onto the stage, Beano!
I only bring this out to hide behind it. Strongest muscle in the human body. It might be a matter of opinion, this. I think it's the tongue. It can break a heart. You can use it to tell someone you love them. You could declare a war with it. Deliver a death sentence, apologise, and make everything all right. You can use it to save a life. Most adults have a vocabulary of about 30,000 words. But don't go through them all now. The average female speaks about 5,000 words a day. The average male? 2,000. Working it all out. 3/4 of all suicides are men. Words are powerful things, I think, and I've been playing with them lately. thinking about like words of hope, or words that flow out like endless rain in paper cups. I've been seeing how they fit together, how they can sit next to each other comfortably, like warmth and kindness, or how they can stand apart, like love and hate, or stand proud together like unity and strength. I've noticed how for some, they can explain everything, and at the same time to others, make no sense at all. I've been seeing how they fit, or they don't, or how they can flow like Kilimanjaro, or amuse like nincompoop. And some things there are no words for. And the space between the words, we even have a word for that. Silence. There's no greater lie than silence. I've witnessed how words can connect or divide, can tear us apart or fill us with pride. I've been searching for meaning, the sense of it all, the rhythm, the feeling, but then most of all, the power of words and the impact they can have to make someone happy or frightened or sad. You disappoint me. I admire you. There is a moment between thought and word, a moment to consider how we might be heard. We all hold this power of words every day to speak up or shout out or just have our say. So let's make a pact right here today to use our words in a positive way. Thank you. Strange things, words. I always think when people donate to RTProjects, and without people donating, I don't know where we'd be. And every now and again you get someone, oh, isn't that lovely? I know her. And oh, isn't that kind of him? And every now and again you get an anonymous one. And I feel like disarmed. I feel I can't say thank you. We say thank you in many ways, but it always feels a bit odd. And I just get this urge to thank people and to support and help people. It's in you, or it isn't. I think it's in everybody, myself. I get this insatiable urge, and I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this because I'm not good at remembering words. But I will hold you up upon my back in a purpose handmade haversack with shoulders made of handkerchiefs, so you can cry upon my sleeves all the day and through the darkest night. And I will turn and I will say nothing more than it's okay. Can we all practice saying it's okay? A little bit more reassurance, it's okay. You'll get the chance to say that again. You'll have to watch for the clue. And when you're weak and cannot speak, then I will be your voice. Until you're strong, I'll walk along behind you all the way. And if we fall, we'll fall together. And should that take forever, then I will never leave your side. Thank you. I will hold you in my arms and keep you safe from any harms. I'll guide you through the darkest night. And I will not give up this fight until I see you smile, until your tears run dry and you no longer need to cry. And you will turn and you will say nothing more than thank you. I didn't tell him I was going to do that, so I think a round of applause for the lights man. He's up there somewhere. I didn't fool you, did I? I've got a strange thing where I can fall in love really easily, and I feel it really, really strongly. It might just be somebody I see and watch for a moment, and I make their personality up. Just the way they move, the way they turn, and then they'll get on the bus, and I'll never see them again, and I have a feeling of loss. I don't want you to put your hands up, but I don't think I'm the only one. And I wrote a little poem about it, which is called Strangers. We may shake hands or smile or hug or brush each other's shoulder and maybe think of other times when people had been colder. We may remember separate lives we've lived alone as one. I may not need to tell you of all the wrong I've done. We may waste time on this and that and fill it in with chat. And you may feel fine to say to me, I like your silly hat. We may not speak of anything but shooting stars and flowers and maybe walk through puddles, not noticing the showers. I'll place my cheek upon your shoulder and you the same on mine, and in that moment we'll believe there's no such thing as time. Our hearts may beat in unison while life goes on around. Our tears may mingle on our cheeks with not one single sound. I've seen you time and time again in other people's eyes. 100 hugs, 1,000 loves, and 1,000,000 careless lies. We may never meet for real, and yet I see you every day. I doubt I'll ever understand this stupid game I play. Thank you. Couple more. I'm going to say, has anybody ever had a bad day? Of course you have. Sometimes you can have a bad day every day. And one day I woke up and I stared at myself in the mirror at the start of the day, and I flushed all my pills away because I'm going to do it alone today. I left my stick in the bathroom and promptly fell down the stairs, but I'm going to do it alone today. I left my fear by the comfy chair. I'm going to do it alone today. I left my mask by the whiskey flask. I'm going to do it alone today. I left the weight at the garden gate. I'm going to do it alone today. I left all my pain in a field in the rain, and I'm going to do it alone today. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to sing out my song like the birds in the morning sun. I'm going to do it alone today. I can't do it today. I've tried so hard in my usual way. I just can't do it today. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow when there's not so much sorrow. I'll borrow some strength and be brave. Or maybe tomorrow, the same as today, I'll get through the day in my usual way with hope at the start and fear in my heart. Who knows what tomorrow might be? I'm going back home. There I'll be alone, and I'll plan a trip out for tomorrow. Thank you. I hope I'm not making everybody miserable. What I hope is that somebody understands we're connected. I'm going to do one more, which I think we'll all understand, called We Cried All Night. And we sobbed all night long on the floor. And then in the morning, we sobbed some more till we couldn't remember what we were crying for. And then it dawned. We were crying for those who had left too early. And we cried for those who were always just nearly. And we cried for those the world couldn't see. Their beauty inside was never set free. We cried for those who nobody cared for. And we cried for those who would never quite make it, getting through life by learning to fake it. We cried for the faces behind all the masks who find such hardship in everyday tasks. And we cried for those who had danced their last dance. And yet, never really were given a chance. We cried for the children born to be free to end up downtrodden like you and me. And we cried for those who just couldn't see that this wasn't how it needed to be. To those who knew that something was wrong and yet never realized that they could be strong. We cried for ourselves and those that we missed. At once at a time we'd hugged and we kissed. And we cried for those who had just too much pain, knowing that we'd never see them again. And then we smiled. We smiled through the tears and all of our fears and all of the years that we'd played. We saw smiling faces and photos of places where sunshine and happiness flowed, mementos and tat, and all this and that, which make our life memories fond. So relive your pleasures in unequaled measure, and all of your memories treasure, because pain is the price that we pay for our love. Your tears are a gift from above. So keep on loving, keep on crying, because grief is the currency of love. Thank you.
Thank you, Beano. Okay, so, you ready for the next act? You ready for the next act? Yeah, so it's only 12 minutes past 9. We've got plenty of energy left and plenty more acts to come. You're probably wondering what this is next to me. I think it is an ironing board, right? But it's not just any normal ironing board. Okay, so the next act I'm going to introduce, I'm very excited. Oh, there he is. I'm very excited. He's a Durham-based artist, a local artist. He's been playing everywhere. I've seen his name all over the place on festivals and playing gigs and stuff around the local area, like Newcastle, Teesside, everywhere. And I first saw him when he played Sounds Good, which is a little show we do every fortnight on a Thursday night, 7 till 8, and he came in and played live, and I absolutely loved it. It's like nothing I've ever heard before. Described as sincerity rap, which I absolutely love. Please welcome to the stage, Faithful Johannes!
Hello. It's very hard to see anybody's there, but I'll trust, because I was sat in seat G2 just before, I'll trust that in my little detour underneath and back round that you're still there. Thanks very much. I'm going to do a couple of songs. The first one is about an unsuccessful attempt to clear out my attic. It's fictional, about somebody's unsuccessful attempt to clear out their attic. Okay. It's weighing down on me, pressure on the thin beams affecting my sleep. I swear I can hear my memories twitching about up there. Took that box of VHS to the recycling centre only for Chris to fetch them back. Saying they'd caught a while whilst disposing of her cathode ray telly, and that there's loads of films I'd like in there, so I popped them back up the ad black. Can I have it a bit louder in the monitors, and then I'll be more professional, I promise. Honestly, this is my oldest song. My next song is my newest song, and I can't remember the words very well, so I'll nail this one, and then I'll feel better about the other one. Okay. It's weighing down on me, pressure on the thin beams affecting my sleep. I swear I can hear my memories twitching about up there. I took that box of VHS videos to the recycling centre, only for Chris to fetch them back, saying they'd caught her eye whilst disposing of her cathode ray telly, and that there's loads of films I'd like in there, so I popped them back in the attic. Behind the spare Christmas decorations, crackers with card gone soft, unusable yo-yos, paper hats, jokes still so bad, they're generic diners in bronze. I've got some worn-out mobile phones, I'll keep them to stop reminding of my data. Or it's touchstones back to when we were dating. I could send text without looking at my Motorola flip phone. Snake keeping me awake on my 3310. I've I've got ghosts in my attic that I'm sentimentally attached to. I know it sounds over dramatic. I don't want to see them, but I can't ask them to leave. I put a lock on the hatch and they rattle when they dance. But today I'm clearing it out. Tuck trousers and socks to enhance bravery with spiders. Why does this box contain earwax candles? 2006 diaries and calendars. A stack of letters from my sister's French pen friend who I always regretted not running away to age 12. Pages covered in hearts. She never knew I was all nervous, false starts. Would run downhill just for the fun of it. I wanted to tell her but I couldn't really pronounce it. Now why do we have 5 tents and 20 dried out paint cans? And why didn't I ask her to dance? Next to the soiled bread maker, a cylinder of photo slides and no projector. Neglected transparencies of childhood holidays on the 7 seas. Waterfalls and Disney character breakfast. And expectant family on a Dordogne campsite who only come alive when you hold them up to the light. I've got ghosts in my attic that I'm sentimentally attached to. It's becoming a fire hazard. I know it sounds over dramatic. I don't want to see them, but I can't ask them to leave. I put a lock on the hatch and it rattles when they dance. I got ghosts in my attic that I'm sentimentally attached to. I know it sounds over dramatic, and I can't ask them to leave. I put a lock on the hatch and it rattles when they dance. Thanks. So I'll do one more. Oop. And this is about, it's a combination of kind of a childhood love of astronomy and the moment when I first saw, sorry, it's fictional, the moment when the character first saw that photo from 2008 from the Hubble telescope, which had loads and loads of galaxies in it, and how that kind of made it a little bit, it was like such a moment of shock that meant that you couldn't continue to like astronomy because it was too much to think about. That's the basic premise. And because I've only just written this one, I'll have my eyes closed a lot trying to remember the words. It's that rather than me becoming overcome with emotion by my eloquence. Although obviously it's a little bit of both. I'm kidding. Okay. Dark skies, time flies at the speed of light. It was my bag, my big obsession. Telescope on tripod in bedroom window, dulled by smeared glass. I stared at and yearned for the gaps in between stars. Top of the career list, astrophysicist, those sights more often trained on the neighbour's brickwork or curtains, their front doors or curtains. I had a periscope in the bath, I was all mirrors and lenses, split the light and reassembled. I'm James Stewart with the leg mended. I'm Brian after the band split, pedantic but moonlit and happy. Wearing 3 pairs of tights, tracking the rolling night, thinking of parsecs at the breakfast table. I wasn't following what you were saying. Speaking with Buzz and Sharman, sleeping in the garden. Red filter on the torch, quiet each rocket launch. Thinking of parsecs at the breakfast table. I wasn't following what you were saying. Speaking with Buzz and Sharman, sleeping in the garden as space ice cream slips into my dream. Hold up now, holy calamity. The photo contained 10,000 galaxies and 13 billion years, all squeezed into a small patch of the Fornax constellation. panicked and fell back in consternation. It's in a single sand grain held at the length of your arm. A life-changing event that shoved to the chest. As the scale slowly fell and I knew what it meant. It meant octillion religions, life forms and faiths, unfathomable events, higher intelligence. It meant we're small and alone and insignificant, and that space is what it says, mostly vacant. We send calls into the night, but no one will hear us. Musk's car's just gonna drift on for eons. I staggered out of the planetarium, glitching, phasing. The museum cup of tea saved me, thinking of parsecs at the breakfast table. I wasn't following what you were saying. Speaking to Buzz and Shaman, sleeping in the garden. Red filter on the torch, cry at each rocket launch. Thinking of parsecs at the breakfast table. I wasn't following what you were saying. Uplinked with Buzz and Shaman, sleeping in the garden. A place I'd hide and sketch Saturn 5. Deep field view revealed the truth and finally stopped me looking up so much. Deep field view, I searched for days and lost my sense of time and place. Deep field view revealed the truth and finally stopped me looking up so much. Deep field view, I'd rather stew on who I can reach and what's concrete. Thanks very much.
Do you want to talk about?
They're going to tidy up for me. This has never happened before. I'm out.
Faithful Johannes! How good was he? I love all. I was just dancing at the side like this. Loving it. Really, really feeling the vibe, especially in that second one. Did you enjoy it? It's great, wasn't it? Hey. Well, fine. I think it's time we introduce the next act then. What do you think? Keep doing this. It's like, yeah, let's do it. Come on. We're here. We're here. Okay. So the next person we're going to introduce, I mean, he kind of needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him a really nice one anyway, because I'm just so lovely like that. He's a musician, local singer-songwriter once again. He's been a friend of RT for a long time, and I absolutely love him as well. He's a lovely person and a beautiful songwriter as well. He's going to treat us with a couple of songs tonight. So please introduce to the stage, once again, Mr. Steve Fletcher!
We're doing great here, thank you, Leo. Everybody all right? Oh, marvellous. Sorry, that was the most polite response. Yes, thank you. Yeah. How are you, Steve? Are you well? No. Oh, I love it. Thanks, guys. Oh. Yeah, coming on after Faithful Johannes, I've never felt more like just a bloke with a guitar in my life. He's a bit special. Okay. Well, cheers. So each time sorry, we've got some reverb on the mic. I think, please. Hello. Thank you. Each time we do these shows, I'm always trying to think of what songs to play, and I've got quite a few to choose from. But this first song is probably the most appropriate song. I think I've rested it the last couple of years because I can overdo it. But bearing in mind what we're raising awareness of, I wanted to play it this evening. And this is written from the perspective of somebody who's really at the end of themselves, I guess. And this is called Me and the Silence.
Come stand in my shoes, walk a mile if you choose, to the place that I go when it all falls apart, when the darkness descends, where my universe ends, when all that remains here is my beating heart. between me and the silence. In that stillness alone, my sad metronome, it measures those moments I've come to despise, while that part of me, oh, that yearns to be free, it stares into the darkness and wonders what lies beyond me. And the silence me. And the silence I know I should fear, that somehow keeps pulling me near, until it's almost all that I can hear. There are no words to say that will make it okay. There's no rhyme and no reason to be brought to bear. When it's a curse, it's not a sin. And it is not just giving in. But I don't seek understanding, just your hand and a prayer for me. And the silence, pray for me. In the silence.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to end with a song of hope. Although you've got to earn the hope, you've got to get through the first verse. If you can get through that, we'll get to the hope. If you like these songs, by the way, first of all, thanks. But yeah, you can. I've released several albums which are available at stevepledger.co.uk. Or if you're interested, we've got some on the desk just down the stairs, and I'll be down there afterwards. But thank you very much for listening and for being here tonight and supporting this amazing event and all these incredible artists and RT projects. It's a pleasure to be here. This is called Hope in Our Hands.
Well, I feel it too, that way you do, like it's all been wasted time, and the uselessness of the likes of us feels like some kind of guiltless crime. But if just a little hope still burns in our hearts, then we must understand that hope, it's not just in our hearts. Do we understand that hope is in our hands? So let's believe that we can achieve a little peace and a little harmony. And let's just say that some bright day, yeah, that is how it's gonna be. 'Cause if just a little hope still burns in our hearts, then we must understand that hope, well, it's not just in our hearts. Do you understand? Hope is in our hands. So let's pretend that we know the end and that it's all worth fighting for. And let's suppose what tomorrow knows and shake these chains once more. 'Cause if just a little hope still burns in our hearts, then we must understand that hope, well, it's not just in our hearts. Don't you understand that hope is burning in our hearts? Help me understand that hope is in our hands. It's every bridge that's built instead of burned. It's every kindness shown, each lesson learned. It's every boat that's cast for better days. It's in the feet that march, that voice you raise. It's every bridge that's built instead of burned. It's every kindness shown, each lesson learned. It's every boat that's cast for better days. It's in the feet that march, that voice you raise. That's the hope, and it's burning in our hearts. And it's the very same hope that's in our hands. It's in our hands, and it is in our hands. And it's in our hands, in our hands, and it's in our hands. Hope is in our hands. Hope is in our hands. Thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers. Have a good rest of the night. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Steve. Round of applause for Steve Fletcher again, why not? I just shout, don't I? I'm just shouting at you. I'm going to say anything in that. And you can just do a round of applause. And I say, I want to say, Okay, I'm getting excited. I'm getting really excited. Okay, so I'm going to introduce Beano back onto the stage to tell us a little bit more about what can we do. Is that right, Beano? Yeah? So Beano back onto the stage. And you're going to tell us, aren't you, Beano, what can we do? Is that right?
Well, I'm going to open the subject, I hope.
Okay.
So it's a bit, touch educational. So suicide is preventable. I can prove that. And I know there's people in here tonight who would back me up on that. But what can we do? What can we do? Anything? I believe we can. But most of all, predominantly, we need to talk about suicide. We need to have those awkward conversations. We've had them before. I'm so old I can remember I wouldn't have got involved in a conversation. I probably wouldn't now, but the idea of in mixed company talking about women's periods, or I certainly in my day couldn't have stood up and put my hand up and said, hey, I'm gay. We've got through those horrendous barriers, but there's still this one about suicide where people mutter under the breath. Even not that long ago, people used to talk about cancer and call it the big C, as if it's your fault for getting it or something. And suicide is the same. We really do need to change the culture. We need to reduce the stigma and the shame and ultimately save lives. And we're all part of this game, all part of this activity. You've got your T-shirt, I hope. That'll come in handy. That could start a conversation. I think one of the things that frightens people about talking about suicide is that if you mention it to somebody, it might give them the idea. It's like a misconception. And I find it quite comical that somebody might get a notepad out and say, how do you spell that? Sui what? Sui, yeah. Okay, I'll get some instructions. You're not going to put it there. It's there. You're going to let it out by talking about it. And it is awkward. It really is awkward. But when you think, what does it take to save a life from cancer or heart disease or all the equipment and the manpower and the time and suicide, which is rife, all you need is a mouth and, more importantly, ears. But you need the skill, you need the confidence, you need to learn how to do that. It's a very, very vulnerable proposition to take on the responsibility for somebody else's life. I think the fear of saying the wrong thing stops us, and it's vital to understand that you are not their saviour. You're helping them, but it's not your duty. If you don't feel confident or capable, then there's plenty of resources that you can tap into. We all know the Samaritans. What I would like, if I went home tonight and thought that each and every one of you had Googled the Zero Suicide Alliance, and on there's about 4 little videos in different scenarios, half an hour. You just watch them, and it helps you to understand what to say, how to get involved, how to save someone. Watch it again, practice on somebody. We should all have these skills. I think we should abolish like GCSE maths and replace it with suicide prevention. It would do a lot more good. If you are moved to help, then you're helping us tonight anyway by being here, financially and emotionally, really. But at the desk, you'll find some little cards which basically have a whole host of things that you can learn more about. And they're quite good. I like these ones. Take one of each, leave them somewhere, take them to the place of work. If you need any more, we've got loads of them. And if you're worried about somebody and you can't find anywhere to go, then get in touch with us. Just come in for a chat. We'll share our experiences. So that was the heavy bit, and thank you for listening. I think we're going to be entertained again now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Beano. Okay, ready for the next act? Okay, they've been waiting in the wings and they're dying to go, honestly. They're so excited. They're like this, jump up and down. Little rehearsals. You're going to absolutely love these. They're a mainstay on Never Give Up. They've performed, I think, for the past 2 or 3, at least 3 years. There's a lot of them, and please give them a big round of applause. It's the Gospel Choir!
Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege it is to carry everything to God in prayer.
Here we go. Gospel choir! If you want to stay where you are, that'd be great. Maybe just take maybe a step back. Yeah, I have so much power, don't I? Just take a step back, actually. Can you come back for... No, I'm joking. Okay. So that was amazing, wasn't it? The control and everything. I loved it. Thank you so much, guys. So unfortunately, we're coming to the end of the evening. Sorry, I was going to say that again. Unfortunately, we're coming to the end of the evening. Oh. But all good things must come to an end. And this is going to be a very special end. We're going to end with a song that was born out of RT Projects. And it feels like a very full circle moment because it was performed at the end of last year's show if you were here. We invite you all to sing along as well. We'd love to. It's quite a simple song, simple words. And we're going to have the help of everyone who's performed tonight, all the singers. Can we get them all on the stage, please? Come on, everyone, come on! Come on! Am I in the way? Am I in the way? All right. So many people. So this is a song called Breathing. And Jess, please sing along and enjoy. finished? Oh. Well, before we all go off stage, take a bow, everybody. Round of applause, please, once again. I'm not very good at bowing. Here, before we say goodnight, I just want to say thank you to everyone. Could we please a round of applause for the stage technicians and the sound guys and everything? Please a round of applause for them. They make it all happen. They make us look good. Well, not me, but everyone else look good. A round of applause for the acts this evening. They've all been wonderful. Who else want to thank? Anyone else? Yeah, I know, that's their last. They're the most important. Thank you to the live stream audience if you're there. Round of applause. Hello. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, thank you all to you lovely people. Give yourself a round of applause, please. You've been amazing. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. See you soon. Good night. Bye.